North Wilkesboro Speedway had an incredible final lap on Saturday, which had a lot going on in just that lap alone, with 2 lead changes, a side-by-side battle between teammates, and a winner in Chandler Smith. Smith was third up the tie to white-black-blue in the Window World 250. Smith was able to take the lead on that final lap after his Front Row Motorsports Board teammate Layne slid up into the 11 Toyota of Corey Heim and turned 2 of that lap. Smith took advantage and got his first win at the 0.625 mile Wilkes County short track and his second of the year in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. Heim, who had the best truck all day, led the most laps with 162 of them in a race that ran 255 laps due to it ending in overtime. It was a career high for laps left in the race for him, despite not winning any of the stages. Heim went the final 111 laps on older tires, despite not pitting on lap 214 when Riggs and Smith did. He had a great run going, however Smith's 38 Ford was chipping away at the lead over the final 20 laps. However, Smith was about to pass Heim when a caution for Brett Cruz's spin came out with 4 laps to go in the race. Despite all of that, Heim was still in the lead with 70 lap older tires than the rest of the field when the overtime restart happened on lap 254. He was able to quickly clear Smith on the inside and Riggs behind him, but Riggs got a great run through turns 3 and 4 on the final lap and got to Heim's inside. Riggs then slid up into Heim's truck, which went sideways, and Smith took the lead, with Riggs right behind Smith. Smith won the race over his teammate by 0.611 seconds. Heim wound up finishing 17th and wasn't happy with Riggs afterwards. The final lap was the only lap that Smith led at North Wilkesboro. However, it was the one that mattered the most. It was a 7th win for Smith in the Craftsman Truck Series. Here's Smith talking about how he and his team were able to execute and win at a historic track like North Wilkesboro, and more, courtesy of FS1.
Oh, we fought and clawed today. Had to start in the back, and I feel like this place, tires kind of matter, but they also kind of didn't. So first come from the back to mid-pack twice says a lot of how good this Ford F-150 was today. So I didn't think we were as good as the 11. Obviously, we had a tire advantage on him there, and he was still able to start checking back out. Then we got to him, nudged him out of the way, caution came out. But props to those guys. They had a really fast truck today. But that last restart, I did everything but the right thing. My teammate Layne executed perfectly, and we came out on the right end of the stick. So happy we could bring one home for Front Row Motorsports, second win for Quick Tie Products, and second win for this new 3018.
Heim didn't agree with the part of it being a, quote, perfect execution. On a lap 81 restart, after the first stage ended, Riggs ran Heim into the outside wall, which gave the lead and eventually the Stage 2 win to Grant Enfinger. But the controversy came in overtime. After the race, Heim showed his displeasure to Riggs for a brief moment. Here's Heim talking about the conversation he wanted to have with Riggs and more, also courtesy of FS1.
Just why. More than anything, he tried to do it to the 7 last week for the win, and he mission accomplished for him, I guess, this week, and it cost him 1 too. So I don't know, just brutal. We've given up so many of them this year after pretty much dominating most of this race. Obviously, the 38 was the only other guy that was rightfully good. So felt like, he probably deserved to win, if anybody, not the 34, but got really loose into 3. We struggled being loose on those short runs, and he had an opportunity and it wrecked me. So just disappointed.
Not surprisingly, Riggs spoke differently about how the final lap went. Here's Riggs talking about how the race ended out and more, also on FS1.
Yeah, they're displeased, but I feel like, he got really loose into 3 and 4 and kind of gave the bottom up, and we were side by side down the front stretch, and I had a huge run, and I went bottom, and, I didn't fence him. I slid him up the track and, gave him 1 lane there. We're at North Wilkesboro on the last lap for a truck win. I feel like I didn't really do anything wrong there. I think that roles reversed. It was hard racing all day, and I feel like everybody came out of there alive, and we had a good finish, and I really only care about me and my team.
Tyler Anker finished third behind the Front Row Motorsports teammates at North Wilkesboro. Here's him talking about how his day went and more, also courtesy of FS1.
Up and down. I absolutely squandered that last restart. I was so comfortable in second gear all day long that I didn't want to leave it because the 11 brought us to the box so slow. So just lugged and then just let the tires up because I realized I wasn't going fast enough. So probably could have run first or second or third. I don't know if we would have been able to absolutely slide job the 34 like that. For sure, should have run second or third there with that restart. Just absolutely squandered that. Yeah, but I mean, our team keeps on bringing me a fast truck every week. We just need to be that much better. I just feel like every single week we're just that half the tenth off, and if we just keep on doing that, keep on running top 3, top 5, we'll go win some more. As long as we keep on doing our job with our Layne Chevy truck, we'll be fine.
The rest of the top 10 was Ankern's teammate Daniel Hammer finishing 4th, N. Binger 5th, Ty Majeski 6th, Gio Ruggiero 7th, Caden Honeycutt 8th, Kyle Busch 9th, and Sammy Smith 10th. Busch bounced back from 2 pit road speeding penalties, which cost him an even better finish. It was Busch's second race of the season. Other notable finishers included Tanner Gray finishing 11th, Stuart Friesen 14th, Roger Carew 15th, Matt Crafton 18th, Tony Breidinger 21st, Ben Rhodes 23rd, and Frankie Muniz 29th, respectively. Another Craftsman Truck Series champion was the Grand Marshal of North Wilkesboro, with Mike Skinner being the one that gave the command to start engines in this race. Ron Hornaday Jr. gave the command in 2023, and last year, Jack Sprague. Congratulations to Chandler Smith on winning at North Wilkesboro. What an incredible win for him there, especially leading only the final lap. That's the lap that pays the money, especially. That's the most important lap. Even if you don't lead any other lap, that's the lap you got to lead in order to win. So, pretty cool for him to be able to win, especially what an incredible final restart there, especially to be able to win it in the fashion that he did. Definitely was a pretty wild ending, especially tough for Corey Heim, especially how he had so many more chances to win races this year, especially. He had a chance at Homestead Miami Speedway, but unfortunately his throttle kept turning off, his engine and all that, and he was unable to continue to go as far as he could have. But he lost a lot of time on the track due to the engine turning on and off, and he was forced to have to get back all the track positions on the track, especially since he had a very fast truck in that race. But he still wound up finishing third because of the fact that Kyle Larson won that race, and that was unfortunate there, especially. And another tough one there at North Wilkesboro. He did win the race last year, which I talked about, and I'll leave that in the description. But yeah, I definitely wanted to see a different winner there at North Wilkesboro. But it was unfortunate what happened with Heim, especially how dominant he was. But I still think he's a favorite for the championship because of the fact that he and his team there at Tri-Con Garage bring fast trucks every weekend. So I expect it to still be a factor for the championship there as well. But definitely I wanted to see a different winner at North Wilkesboro. It's been like that since the Craftsman Truck Series first started racing there. So definitely it was cool to see a different winner there, especially. And Chandler Smith, he's part of an incredible team there at Front Row Motorsports with him and Layne Riggs. Have great trucks there, especially. It's funny how also the 38 team there at Front Row Motorsports had a Smith there as well with Zay Smith. And he won a championship with that team as well. So plus he's now in the Cup Series driving that same number for Front Row as well. Definitely Front Row provides incredible equipment and they're backed to win races every weekend. So definitely pretty cool for Smith to be able to do that. Chandler Smith, especially. So definitely he had a fast truck there late in the race, especially when Heim had the older tires. And it looked like he had a chance to catch up earlier, but that caution came out with Brett Cruz and all that. But definitely he still got the win and definitely well deserved for him. It was hard to believe he never raced at North Wilkesboro, but all the experience he had in the race helped there as well. So definitely pretty cool that he got that win, especially. What an incredible weekend there at North Wilkesboro again. The race there as well, not just what happened at the end there in the Craftsman Truck Series there as well. A lot of wild racing there, especially on the restarts, 4 wide, 5 wide. A track like that is not supposed to even have that. So that was pretty cool, and it shows you the poise of the drivers in the Craftsman Truck Series handling that with incredible grace and all that, especially how those races can get wild at times in this series, especially when some races feel like a demolition derby. But definitely pretty cool that it didn't happen like that this time. So it was mostly a calm race there at North Wilkesboro. At least this time there was no worry of rain and all that. The race all ran on time and all the same day. So that's a good day there especially. But even though this track has been around for a couple of years now, since it came back to NASCAR in 2023, I still enjoy North Wilkesboro. And I want to continue to talk about it because of the fact that it's such a big deal that it's been back all these times, especially because of the fact that they weren't even supposed to come back at all, North Wilkesboro there. And every race there is a blessing, so especially how it still gets incredible crowds, especially. The All-Star race was pretty cool there as well to be able to see the Cup Series back there as well. It was also pretty cool to see Kevin Harvick and Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the booth for the late model races, especially there. I obviously didn't watch those live, especially the one on Friday, which aired on FS1 as well, because of the fact that I was watching the New York Knicks game there, especially the playoffs, as they made the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time since 2000. So that was pretty cool that those guys got to be in the booth there for those late model races. But yeah, what an incredible weekend there at North Wilkesboro. And it's pretty awesome to be able to see, once again, the Craftsman Truck Series there and provide incredible racing. It would be cool if they ran at night, but I don't want to get too picky there especially. So that'd be pretty cool that that they're racing. Every time they race there is always a good thing. So definitely pretty cool to watch that, and I enjoy every time they race there as well. So that's pretty cool there, especially. But yeah, an incredible race there, and congratulations again to Chandler Smith on winning. It was a pretty awesome race, and also win for him there as well. So especially since he was able to do it at a historic track, and also track like North Wilkesboro as well. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like, and if you are brand new, subscribe. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.